If you were in the animal's position, how quickly would you want it to stop?
ASAP.
You are an animal farmer and you're telling me animals don't have feelings. Are you seriously?
They don't know that they're like...
Does that make it okay?
Painful.
Does that make it okay? Does it make it okay to kill someone if they don't know they're going to be killed? What about yourself? Are you vegetarian or?
No, I'm not.
Do you think the pleasure that you would get out of eating animal products justifies the harm and suffering?
Absolutely not, no.
You ever seen anything like this before?
Yeah, I watched that documentary on the Netflix.
What was it called?
What's that one? The really popular one.
Oh, the documentary. Oh, it's about like the fish and stuff, is it? Octopus. No.
Well, let me ask you some questions.
Yeah.
Seeing animals being put on trucks against their will and brought to a slaughterhouse and seeing them being killed, how would you say that makes you feel?
It's very sad, alright. It's sad, isn't it?
Why do you think it makes you feel that way?
It's just inhumane, isn't it? Taking lives.
Is there something particular about animals that makes you feel that way?
Yeah.
They don't have a voice.
Yeah, they're helpless little creatures. I'm a farmer myself.
So you're obviously not going to agree with me.
Yeah.
But my position is the animals are victims. You may be a farmer and that may be something you've been born into.
We do, like, they're raised, like, fine, they can go outside and won't come back.
So do you farm chickens?
No, we have cattle, beef cattle.
Yeah.
They're scared, look at them.
Yeah. Do you think that they've done anything wrong to deserve that?
No, not at all.
Have you ever examined your beliefs towards eating and using animals before?
Oh yeah, I'm a vegetarian. Yeah.
Would it be fair to say that you're against animal abuse?
Oh yes.
How do you justify killing animals when we don't have to kill animals? Like, you know that veganism is getting more and more into society and more people are going vegan because of animals.
Yeah.
So if we don't have to kill animals, like someone doesn't have to kill you, like how do you justify paying for animals to be killed if we don't have to do it anymore?
Honestly, but iron it's a good source of nutrition.
It's a good source of nutrition? What source of nutrition is it good for?
Iron.
Iron? Where does iron come from?
Anemia.
Where does iron come from?
Like red meat.
No. Where do all nutrients, vitamins and minerals come from in the first place? Exactly. So my argument is if everything comes from plants in the first place, we can just eat plant-based and leave animals off our plate and like, how would you like it if someone put you on a truck and sent you to a slaughterhouse to be killed?
But you wouldn't do that anyways.
No, but how would you like it though? Do you think that would be fair?
They don't have feelings as much as like...
They have feelings. I mean, are you going to tell... You are an animal farmer and you're telling me animals don't have feelings? Are you seriously?
They don't know that they're like...
Does that make it okay? Does that make it okay? Does it make it okay to kill someone if they don't know they're going to be killed? Do you think it's possible to be against animal abuse if the products you buy support such practices?
No.
So there's
an... wrong really, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you feel that, on one hand, if we say we're against animal abuse, but the products we buy support animals to be abused, do you see like a bit of a contradiction there?
Of course, yeah. Absolutely.
What do you think we can do as individuals when it comes to things like this that people pay for? And
What do you think?
Just speak out as much as you can, really.
Do you think there's any action that we can take?
Educate people.
What do you feel would be stopping you from no longer paying for those products?
I suppose, how would you put it? Big change within the government.
No, I mean like you as an individual. Like, what do you feel would be stopping you from no longer paying for animals to be abused?
Paying, I'm not sure really, honestly.
So, let me sort of say how it works. This is an industry. It only exists because people pay for it. It's like anything, supply and demand.
Oh my god.
We give money for these products.
Yeah.
They supply the animals. It's met with a demand of money, so they breed more animals into existence. So it only exists because people pay for this.
Yeah.
So again, I would just ask, like, what do you think that we could do?
Boycott.
not pay for these things to happen to animals.
Yeah.
So the only way to live a lifestyle that doesn't pay for the abuse, exploitation and slaughter of animals is a vegan lifestyle.
Yeah.
Do you think there would be anything stopping you from moving from vegetarian to vegan? Because I'm sure you know that vegetarians still pay for, this is the dairy industry right here.
Know that, yeah.
So vegetarians still pay for immense cruelty.
Where I suppose just convenience.
Would you say when you see like the baby calf being taken away from their mum to be killed shortly after birth because they want to drink their mother's milk and vegetarians and other people want to consume that, would you say that's more of an issue for you personally than, say, the convenience that you get out of picking up dairy products? Like,
Not really.
yeah. And do you think there really is an argument to be had for convenience in terms of, like, couldn't you just pick up soy milk or oat milk instead?
Not in those senses, that's easy, yeah.
Yeah, that's literally like how you make the change, though. It's like it's just as convenient now to pick a vegan option, you know.
Yeah.
How long have you been vegetarian?
Just 2 years.
2 years. Yeah. So I'm sure making the change to vegetarian took you a little like thinking and having, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you could very easily do that again. It just depends if you think that this convenience or whatever it is justifies such abject cruelty.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true.
But you're not killing someone,
you're killing
an
person.
An animal isn't a thing, are they? They're individuals. Yeah. They have feelings, they have a brain, they have a nervous system, they have babies, they have a desire to be free. They also don't want to go to a slaughterhouse. I can show you footage of animals fighting for their lives in a slaughterhouse, begging to be free. In the future, people who farm animals are going to move into farming plants because animal
It's actually quite nice.
Say that again?
I've had vegan food before and
it's actually quite nice. There you go.
It's very processed.
Not all of it. That's a misconception, and we can talk about bacon and sausages and cheese, which are all very processed foods, but whole foods, potatoes, carrots, broccoli, there's nothing processed about those foods. Beans, lentils, chickpeas.
Even if you're vegan or not, you can still eat them.
Exactly. So the fact that you can still eat them and you don't have to eat animals you're
They're always going to eat animals.
It's not true. It's not true. More and more people are going vegan now than ever before. More and more people aren't eating animals anymore.
But like not everyone's going to go vegan.
If you were in the animal's position, how quickly would you want it to stop?
ASAP.
If I give you some information how to make that change to a vegan lifestyle, education, resources, do you think there'd be anything stopping you from doing that?
Not necessarily, on paper, no.
Do you think it's the right thing to do?
It is, yeah, no, it is. It is the right thing to do.
I'm just here because animals have no voice. It's like you said, they're voiceless, Can't come out here and beg for their lives and show people they're suffering. That's why we have to put hidden cameras in slaughterhouses and expose reality. Yeah. And this is why the science says what it does, because we all like to think that, farms and slaughterhouses are like, do you know what I mean? It's so hard to watch, you can't even watch it. What about yourself? Are you vegetarian or?
No, I'm not.
Do you think the pleasure that you would get out of eating animal products justifies the harm and suffering?
Absolutely not, no.
Animals can't speak up for themselves. I ultimately don't think we're going to agree on much because you come from a farming background, but as long as animals are being forced on trucks and sent to their deaths, there's always going to be people speaking up for them.
But Catherine doesn't kill them here for their meat.
Someone else does. They still end up...
They once they die, they'd be sent off to
get shot in the head or stabbed in the throat or electrocuted.
They take the milk from them.
Yeah, but ultimately the very end point is they get slaughtered against their will.
But they don't die anyway. No, they die.
Isn't there a difference between dying naturally and being murdered?
But in the farm, they die anyways. They don't send them off to be killed eventually.
This is absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. All animals on farms end up in a slaughterhouse. This is the egg industry. This is standard legal practice in the egg industry. Male chicks on their first day of life, because they will never lay eggs, get thrown into a macerator. Do you think that's okay? But do you think that's okay?
I never said that it's okay.
Do you think it's okay? Well, imagine if someone did that to you on your first day of life. You think that'd be okay? Anyway, I'll let you get back to things. Do you think there'd be anything stopping you from just looking into it a bit more?
No.
And do you think, like, if you had the resources, the education, you know, you would try and be vegan?
Yeah, probably. I would try. I suppose it's just ignorance in the end, isn't it? It's just.
It is. Like, I'm not here to judge people, and I'm not here to make people feel bad. I wasn't born vegan, so I was paying for this industry myself for many years, and I just didn't know. I came across the information, and then I can see you're like emotionally like upset by that. So it moved me quite deeply that I was like, I'd never even heard of the word vegan. As soon as I came across it, I was like, that's what that means. I didn't realize I could live in a way that I didn't pay for animals to be used and exploited. So as soon as I learned that, I was like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to, do you know what I mean, to make that change. So we may have 2 future vegans on our hands. Is that what I'm hearing?
Very possibly,
Potentially, yeah.
I'll give you some information. That's all I'm here for. I just want to spread this message that
Yes, true.
that's veganism. This documentary is called Dominion.
Yes.
It's not on Netflix, but you maybe seen Cowspiracy, Seaspiracy.
That's the one. Yes.
Dominion is this, and everything I'm showing is standard and legal.
Yeah.
So it's not like worst case scenarios. This is what happens, how people treat animals in slaughterhouses when they think no one's watching, you know. And
Can I get a couple of cards off you, please?
yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
Thanks so much.
No worries. Thanks for and
and
see that feeling that you have that makes this so hard to watch. Just remember, like, if you can't even look at it with your eyes, how can you put it into your body?
Yeah.
You know. Feel free to message me on Instagram as well. I can help with any further support.
Thanks very much.
Thanks so much for stopping.
That's, you know, I mean,
Yeah,
I
man.
was just thinking, bro, I mean, that's, you know, I mean,
Heavy stuff.
I lived in India like for most of the past 5 6, so I don't. In India, we take the milk, the cheese, yeah, but even that, it's intensive farming.
Yeah, there is this misconception in India that
you know, dairy farmers in this country that I know that did look after their animals, you know, they're getting out of the business. We're the biggest milk suppliers in China and India now. The Irish are a country with about 4 or 5 million people, like, and that's 2.6 billion people, and it's all just fucking abuse. I'm away to stick this in the window of Sticks and Stones.
oh man, that's bizarre, isn't it, that place?
I'm just gonna go stick that.
Do you think
I think if you want to handle the setup, you set up it right outside the fucking window.
we have
You know
we've
what I mean?
contemplated that. We've contemplated that. It's just barbaric, but
It's fucking brutal. Yeah.
so you'd be
Well done.
against this, and
Oh fuck! Yeah.
Can I just
that
ask?
brought a tear to my eye. I had to walk
yeah,
inside.
it's heavy stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
You know, they look after the cow in India. It's got emotion. It has tears when somebody in the house dies. They don't, you know, they only take
Sacred.
blood.
They see animals as sacred.
Yes.
But you know what's crazy in India? India is the world's largest exporter of leather.
Yeah, I know.
So it's this sacred sort of myth.
No, well,
but they slaughter a lot of the
take
animals for
they
their
take
skin.
The dairy.
They take the dairy.
But then when the animal dies, they will make use of the skins. Now,
No,
there
but
is-
I'm saying separate from that dairy process.
Yes.
Like there is a certain type of cow
course,
that are
but there's-
bred just
there's-
for their skin.
Oh, of course.
And
yeah.
they slaughter
Yeah,
just for their
that's
skin.
And I'll tell you where's that. Kolkata is the biggest exporter of that there. You know. Anyway, here.
No,
Nice to meet you.
no worries, man.
I'm away to stick that.
Appreciate it. Cheers.